Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm gonna do real quick. I'll say real quick. I've never done this before, so I don't know how it's gonna be. The first thing is smothered steak. Real easy. I've done that. I'm sure y'all have too. I've already cooked my hamburger patties. I didn't season them. I didn't do anything. Sometimes you can, mix some onions or seasoning in it, salt and pepper at least. But I didn't put any seasoning because I figured there's going to be enough flavor in the gravy, if you will, that I smothered in. I just put a can of beef consomme, Campbell's, but you use whatever brand you want. And I'm going to put in, what do you call this? Onion soup mix. Stir that in. This is low carb, so to thicken it up just a little bit, I'm going to put in, I'm going to let that cook down just a little bit. I'm going to put it on medium high and let that kind of thicken up a little bit, but I'm planning on putting cream cheese. That thickens it up, and it's low carb, and it's delicious, of course. Anything with cream cheese is, even though you don't really taste the cream cheese. The other thing I'm going to make is I'm craving a crunch again. And I made this for an omelet. I didn't film it. I figured y'all were sick of my omelets. But I made an avocado. It had avocados, onions, and sauteed spinach. And it was incredible. And that avocado warmed up was so smooth and creamy. I decided that would be good in a salad. And since I'm craving a crunch, I'm going to make a little salad bowl. Attempt to make a salad bowl out of Parmesan cheese. Again, low carb. And I have done this before in the oven a long time ago. You just take shredded Parmesan cheese, and the way I did it 100 years ago, I put a little puddle of it on a baking sheet. Did 3 or 4 at a time, and I had a muffin tin, and so when you pull them out of the oven, they were still pliable, and you could just kind of mold them in the cupcake or a muffin tin, and let them cool, and then they hardened and were crunchy and delicious. And I know lots of people, especially in America, crave. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup. I don't remember what you use, and I didn't pull up a recipe, so I'm going to just start with 1 1/4 cup and see if that's enough. That doesn't look like it's going to be enough, so maybe for a muffin tin, that's probably perfect, but I don't have a muffin tin, so I'm going to use a bowl about that size and make a bigger bowl. So I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. I just did 2 1/4 cups, so that's 1/2 cup of that. I'm going to put that on, and I've got it in a non-stick pan. I'm just going to do it on the stove because I don't want to have to heat the oven up. It's like 80 degrees today. It's beautiful, and I'm going to put it on 5 just to kind of warm it up. I don't want to burn it, so we'll see how well that does. I may have to turn it down or turn it up. Anyway, so I've got my onion soup mix and that beef consomme going over here. And I left a little bit of grease from where I cooked the hamburger patties. And I didn't overcook them. I didn't want them well done, since I'm going to throw them back in here and kind of let it simmer in its juices. I don't want it too done, But it's the juices are running clear, so it's done. It's just not well done. I don't want it chewy or leathery. I like it to kind of be tender and fall apart. Anyway, I've already diced up 2 avocados and half an onion, a sweet onion. I'm going to put just a little bit of garlic, and I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put some pimentos. I don't know if I really want to do that, but I've already got it out here, so I might as well. I didn't put that in my omelet the other day. I don't think I put the garlic in there either. But it was, it was real creamy, and it was real simple. Sweet onions, avocado, and oh gosh, Havarti cheese. Oh my God, that's so creamy and buttery and delicious. And so I don't have any more, so I'm going to use for my salad a little bit of mozzarella cheese, just to have a little bit of cheese. It melts good and melds good, and so I think I'm going to put my patties back in that before I put the cream cheese. It's not really, it looks thick, but it's really not. And I may turn it down and just put a lid on it, or I may not have a lid that big, but I can put my screen on it and let it kind of steam. Put these back in here, like so. And that is melting nice. I'm going to turn it down before. Like that. I don't know, on the use paper plates, but I'm just going to have it on that plate for a half a second. I thought, well, it'll help absorb some of the excess grease. Let's see, what am I doing? Put this thing back on there for a minute. Don't think I have a lid that big. Wow, that's doing good. Now this is a ceramic non-stick pan. Ceramic lined, I guess is what you call it. And it looks like it's doing good. See how that's just sliding around? It's not going to stick. But if you have a pan, I mean, if you do it on the skillet, the skillet, the stove top. I'm sorry, I can't think today. If you do it on the stove top, be sure you have a good non-stick pan, because that's the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of stuck cheese to your pan, skillet. In the oven, if you do it in the oven, you can do multiple at a time. And if I had a muffin tin, I probably would do that, because I'm going to flip it over here like that, and I would do multiple. And on the baking sheet, you could grease it. This is Parmesan cheese has already got lots of grease in it, and so let me get me a fresh bowl here. And actually, that might be too big. I'm going to use this little thing here. Get that out of there. Get one out of there. That'd be about the right size, I think. Like that. Put that one in there. Get you back up there. Anyway, I think that's probably about got it. Maybe a little bit more. I want it to crisp up. That's kind of the whole point. So I don't want to burn it, but I want it to kind of brown just a little bit more. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to turn that down. And then while that's cooling and melding in that, I'm going to cook up my spinach and I throw my onions in there. I really want the crunch. Again, it's all about the crunch today, so I'm going to throw my onions in and my avocados in after I've already cooked the spinach, because I don't really want to cook the onions, and the avocado I just want to warm up. And I also am considering putting a little bit of bamboo shoots in there. I've just got canned. Just again, a little more crunch. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm just going to have the smothered steak and and a little side salad, and then I can eat that for supper, and you know, have leftovers for supper. So let's do that. Let's take this off. See how that works. So I can just throw that on top of there, and I want it kind of a square deal, just like that. And once that cools, that'll slide right on out of there, and then I can put my salad inside my little edible bowl, a little crunchy edible bowl. So let's turn that back on here and get our spinach going. I'm gonna put just a little bit of oil in here, just about a half a tablespoon, and I always talk about just a little bit of oil, you know, and a lot of stuff I cook is in oil and sauteed and done on the stovetop, and so it is important to it's important to get a good oil, you know, whatever your taste is, but healthy oil is even better. I know I talked about olive oil. That's usually what I use, but more recently I have ran out, and I haven't been to the store in ages. I planned to go today, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I've just used what I make do, and I had peanut oil for deep frying, and it's got a good high. Don't use that metal on this ceramic thing. You need something, either a silicone or a wooden. Let's see. I'm going to do that. That's a bamboo thing. Kind of toss it in that oil. It doesn't take long to cook down spinach. And you can do this with fresh spinach if you don't want a warm salad. It just looks so good in that omelet, cooked, and it was warm and good. But when I used to do this a long time ago, I would do fresh arugula and spinach, and if you use sparingly, you can put some blueberries and maybe a little goat cheese and a walnut or two. I like to kind of toast my walnuts or pecans in a little bit of butter. You know, don't burn them; they burn real quick. But and when you do that, oh gosh, it makes those tree nuts so good if you toast it in a little bit of butter and maybe a little bit of salt. On this Atkins, or not Atkins, or low carb diet, keto, whatever you call it. See how my little bowl is holding up? I think I'll take it out of there now and just set it on a plate so it'll not get soggy from the steam. See all that steam that's down in there? In fact, let me turn it over like that. And that way, like that. And just a little drop more. It's about good right there. I don't like my spinach so soggy, you know, like when you buy it. When we grew up, I don't think we knew what fresh spinach was. We just ate spinach out of a can. I thought that's how it came. And we had a garden, but I don't know why we've never had fresh spinach. But as an adult, young adult, I discovered it for me anyway. And oh gosh, you don't ever want canned spinach again. All right, we're gonna put that on warm, and I'm gonna put just a snoop of garlic. If you just want a simple salad, you don't even need the garlic or the bamboo shoots or any of it. You could just do a little bit of spinach I'm just going to put, that's about a teaspoon, maybe about a teaspoon and a half of garlic, because I like garlic. And I'm going to put some of these in there. Now, these are already cooked too. I don't want to, I'm just really putting them in there for color. Since I'm not going to use a tomato, for y'all that's been following my videos, I had lost, I think the last video I was down maybe 15 pounds, and in the first week, maybe Monday through Friday. No, I think it was Sunday when I had gotten down, and then I made those cabbage. Those cabbage wraps, and I put taco seasoning in my hamburger meat, thinking it'd be just like a taco, except the crunch wouldn't be a taco shell, it'd be the cabbage. But anyway, the next day after eating that, I had gained 1.5 pounds, and the next day after that, after eating leftovers, I gained another 1.5 pounds, so I was going backwards. And so I finally looked at the package of the taco seasoning, and it had like 20 carbs, which is my whole daily limit. So I had exceeded what I was supposed to have, at least in the initial. So I had done it to myself. So anyway, it's still low carb. It's just not no carb, or what I was trying to admit, no more than for the whole day 20 grams. And so I was going backwards. Anywho, tomatoes. The whole point of that was tomatoes has got just a couple of carbs because they've got natural sugars in them, and so I'm not going to put tomatoes today. I'm trying to kind of reverse what I weighed. I'm already back lower than I've been, and so I think the total is 17 pounds down. So I'm going in the right direction again, but I'm going to keep doing good. I'd like to have a cheat day. I think it's good to have one day that you designate, not just anytime you feel like it. I mean, you pick the day and stick to it. And I don't mean pig out, but if you wanted a little more than 20 carbs, that would be the day you could reward yourself if you did good, the whole week. When you exercise, if you're working out at the gym or whatever, it's always good to take a rest day, and so it's something to look forward to, and you can surely push yourself if you're really feeling worn out and don't want to work out, and you're like, I can surely make it till 2 more days till my my day off. And let's pull that out and get this unstuck off the ground here. The floor, the bottom. I'm going to put it back on a plate so I can scrape the bottom here. These are real tender. It's not too hot, is it? Maybe a little warm. That it's almost wasn't paying attention. I'm yammering and not paying attention. Get mine off of there. Wipe that off there before it burns. Should have put the cream cheese in there before I put the patties, so I can stir them around and then so it can all be, so see all the onion seasoning in that onion soup mix settle to the bottom, and then you almost have a disaster there, y'all. I got her now. Let that go in there like that. I'm gonna let it cool just a minute before I put that cream cheese in there. I don't want it to do not want it to. And while that's on too, and just warming, put these bamboo shoots in there too. These little bamboo shoots, I'm just going to put a few in there. Rinse that off. Woo. I just want a little bit of crunch. This adds a little texture. You could probably dice these up if you wanted to, if you even use them. Another good option would be water chestnuts. They've got a good, nice crunch to them. So, I'm going to get on out of there. That's about all I want to do right there. Give me that one. Throw that in there. And then, oh, there's one on there. Turn that around. All I'm doing is got it on low, on warm, really. I want it to be a warm salad. And I want my avocados to be warm. I love warm tomatoes and warm avocados. I don't know if it just makes them creamier or just the flavors come out. I'm going to throw them in there. I might put a lid on it so it'll warm all the way through. See the little without tomatoes, the little, what do you call those? Pimentos. Just add a little color. And I didn't season, I didn't put any salt or pepper or anything. I don't want to. I kind of want it to be creamy and whatever. But I suppose you could put just a little bit of pepper, or red pepper flakes would be good if you wanted a little kick to it. That's about good. Put that off of there. And get me a lid. That way it'll be kind of warm thoroughly. Let's see what lid we'll fit on that. Yeah. Now what I want to do is put some of my cream cheese in here. It's still bubbling because I got it over here on this part of it on the eye. It's hot now. Well, it's hot, y'all. What I ought to do is put a little water in it too. I'm going to start with this first and then let it cook back down, you know. What I'm looking for is it's about half a cup there. It's like what we did with the venison the other day. We're just kind of making a little gravy. And this cream cheese helps thicken it up a little bit. Oh, that's just a big goo, but it'll break down if we get a little water back in it and get it going. We'll put just a snoop of water. I need a little cup here. Actually, I think I'll use one of these. That's about 10 ounces, about half of a 20-ounce bottle. And I'm going to put it on there and get it going again. Crank it on up a drop. And get all that incorporated. You could have put the what do you call it? That cream cheese and water in a little measuring cup or mixing bowl and whisk it, incorporate it. It'd save you a little bit of stirring here, but we got time. I don't mind a little stirring. Oh, I nearly dropped my Dale here. You know, get it boiling, all that'll break back up. It's breaking up good now. Anyway, so this dot's doing really good. I'm proud and I'm happy. When I was going backwards those 2 days, it's not like I gained a lot back, and you're going to fluctuate, but from losing, you know, several pounds a day, which is probably not very healthy, but I mean, it's not like I'm starving or anything. I'm eating good and healthy, and anyway, it's kind of deflating when you start going the wrong way. You get discouraged real quick, especially if it's like a couple of days in a row. But I at least had the foresight to look at the damn package. So like I reevaluated what I ate, and I put everything that I make in MyFitnessPal app, and that tells me all the nutrition for each dish that I make. And so when I added taco seasoning, I guess I didn't specify which brand. I thought they were all, you know, I can't imagine it having that many carbs in a seasoning that it would affect that. And I could have been dehydrated when I weighed in the day before, so it was probably just mostly that. But anyway, so just all that to stress how important it is to pay attention. I mean, every single thing I've read, even your supplements and my multivitamins, you know, sometimes when they make those, the filler that they put the active ingredients in is pure carb. And so you've got to pay attention to every little thing. That is good and incorporated now. So I'm going to turn that back down. And put my thing back in there. Turn it down to, actually I'm going to turn it off. Turn it off, but leave it on there. Put those boos back in there now. Get in there. So I hope everybody's health is well, and if anybody's dieting like me, that it's going well. And if you need any words of encouragement, just don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to offer words of wisdom or encouragement or whatever you need. I did get a couple of recipes sent to me, or videos of recipes I'm going to try. I remember being on a low carb diet a long time ago and making pizza. You get cravings for pizza, and it was made from cauliflower, and it was really good. You didn't taste the cauliflower. If you don't like cauliflower, it tastes just like pizza crust. So somebody had sent me one. I'm like, I'm gonna try that again because I do love me some pizza. And I remember making those up and just having all kinds of different toppings. You know, I had little small flatbreads, and so we did, you know, all kinds of little experiments. Here's my little bowl, and that handy as heck. And I'll turn that off. Let's turn that one off. I think, y'all, we're about good here. Fix me a little plate here, and then that way I can let y'all go. Wipe all that up. We'll get all this picked up and cleaned up here in a second. That over here. Now. Okay. My one plate. Turn that off. I'm going to tilt it up so it's not all on there. Doesn't that look good, y'all? Give us a little dough here. Give us a little gravy on top. Get us a little bowl here. I'm going to turn that off. Get me a little spoon, whatever I did with it. Here. That's gonna be good, y'all. Yeah, if I had like a little bit of, I've got a little bit of cilantro left in the garden, but I almost cut it all the way down the other day, so I'm trying to let it grow out a little bit before I go hacking on it again. But on this, the garnish would be really good. Would be a little bit of cilantro and a little twist of lime. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Look at that. Get me a little fork. I made a little drip there. That's good. Look at that. Y'all see that? Let's have a little taste of this. See how juicy and tender that is? It may be too hot to eat, y'all. Blow on it just a second here. I didn't put any salt or pepper. I figured there was plenty of flavoring in that that soup, and it is. It's perfectly seasoned. And then this is avocado, spinach, bamboo, a little bit of onion, a little bit of pimento. It's hot too. I can see it steaming. Delicious, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. If y'all need anything, you just holler. God bless.